cause I be bustin' the dope moves. But the problem stay the same. How you riding for the cash when you ain't riding in my lane? Shorty all about the paper, so your mixture look the same. In the game I play the lane like Eddie Kane, cause I be bustin' the dope moves.
You've never found them in any other continent. Not Asia.
Found what though?
Again, I'll break this down, y'all. There are humanoids older than the genus Homo.
Yeah, I know that. Yeah, some different type of thing.
I'll give you another one. What's his name? Giganticus or something like that? I know you heard of it because he was in America.
What's his name?
His name's like Giganticus or something.
Yeah.
All right, bang. He's another one. Giganticus is something that comes from something else. Once he gets to America, he reigns supreme king. He was the king of South America. He was the king.
Until we took him down.
No. Listen, y'all.
Sat him down on the bench. He said, let me talk to you, nigga.
Mankind wasn't even around when he was around.
And then we came and whipped on and Texas. Oh, my God.
Y'all see his mentality, right?
What? I'm telling you the truth. It was wars, nigga.
Listen, y'all, he's always...
This guy is silly, y'all.
Y'all, he's always a part of it. Giganticus is an ape that used to live millions of years
ago. I thought you were talking about the giant humans.
No.
I thought you were talking about the giant humans.
No humans. I'm talking about...
Are you talking about apes?
I'm talking about like a huge, gigantic gorilla-like...
Oh, I thought that's what you was calling the giant human beings that was here.
No. I was trying to make a point. Now, he was in South America running shit, y'all, right? This is before the time of any man. I mean, Homo sapiens wasn't even on the planet. This dude lived millions of years ago. I think like 16 million years or something, right? So my point is this.
King Kong? All right.
It might be where they got the legend of King Kong from. That makes perfect sense. But my point is this. Him and apes, gorillas, excuse me, I said apes. Him and gorillas are not the same. But listen, if you trace them back far enough, y'all, they're going to share a common ancestor. Gorillas wasn't around as long as he was. And it's the same thing when you talk about people. Some groups of people on Earth is real new to the Earth. There is no history that shows that they've been around forever. Just like the Native Americans going into America. There's no history that those Native Americans have been there for 25, 35, 45,000 years. Now, we can tend to believe that they do if that's what we choose to believe.
I think the regular black people was there that long, but go ahead.
I mean, you can believe that. Only thing I'm saying is that...
I mean, that's proof.
Well, you don't have any proof of that.
We done fucking went through it 100. I don't understand why if we see shit and we hear it and it don't exist to you.
No, because...
How the hell do you be trying to erase shit that you know?
Because
I don't get it.
Because me and you have a different opinion of what a fact
But your opinion always got to go against mine, and we both read the same shit. I done walked you through this shit.
And how did you come up with the conclusion that because they found a mastodon's bones broken a certain way that's proof that
Look, I always told you to stay away from America. You told me it wasn't no fucking Neanderthals in California. You told me, you were like, Pop, what the fuck did you talk about? I was like, nigga, look it up yourself.
You're lying on me, but
I'm lying on you. Okay, whatever make you feel wonderful. Whatever make you feel wonderful, bro.
It feels better to put words in my mouth.
Nah, I don't have. If I didn't say something, I don't act like I did. I don't gotta do that. And then you call me a little man because you're a little man.
Right.
I don't get it. That's.
I'm sure. Let you tell me.
For sure.
You're dumb. No, you're dumb.
Look.
You're dumb. Come on, man. You can't even think.
No, you're dumb. It ain't not Paco. You and you is you.
Paco, do you want to take a test online?
You don't want the history test, bro. That's what I'm talking about.
Whatever test you want to do.
That's what I'm talking about, little bro.
I'm gonna point out how dumb he is again. How would history make you smart, ladies and gentlemen?
You make me call you names because you call me names. I don't got to do it.
Listen, y'all, that's what I mean, little man. What grown man says another man makes him do something, y'all?
You said it, bro. Not me. Why you keep doing that to yourself?
He just said it out his mouth. He just said, you make me call you names, but he's saying I said it. Look how he works, y'all. I want y'all to see how this man works.
I'll show you if I was talking to y'all, I wouldn't use such language.
Yeah, but he's talking to me. And he's comfortable, so therefore he does use
because you're comfortable, language. So I'm comfortable.
No, but I do me. I've always done me. I've always I always did
and
what I wanted to do.
I pick up off of that energy, and I'm going for you.
Be your own
I'm coming
man.
for you.
Work your own way.
No, I like that energy too, Rock. I love that energy as well.
You want to do? I don't listen. I don't take no offense to it. I don't turn no calls down. So at the end of the day, this shit it bounces right off me. Right now, if I call my cousin Craig and he do pick up the phone, you'll sing a different song. I've already put you in that box. Already put you in that box. If I call my cousin right now and put him on the phone, this nigga will sing a different song. I already had him in that box.
I asked you to listen to that tape again and how y'all agree with me at the end. Paco, but I guess such your ears don't work.
If Paco said listen, y'all, if he said one thing that was true and we said, well, yeah, that's right.
In the beginning, it sounded like I was agreeing with y'all because I was agreeing with the thing that was fake. I was agreeing with things that was real. Man, no, that's all I was doing.
But Craig can tell you the same thing, that DNA is real and haplogroups is real.
I don't think Craig's stupid. So some stuff he said is true.
Paco, but what I'm saying is he would tell you that it doesn't matter if you think he's stupid or not.
But by the end, y'all both is agreeing with me.
If you say one or two
regardless of what you think in your crazy head.
One or two things that's right and we agree, that don't mean we agreeing with you.
So you just told me that's what it means for me, though.
That's how you took it,
that?
Obviously, that's what you're saying. You said
well, by the end of the conversation.
But the nigga had you backpedaling. You sitting here telling me that you've been here in 200,000, you've been here 130,000 years. Now, if we get Craig on the phone and we explain what your
and that's the same John I looked up elephant and told you it came from here.
And you was wrong. You was wrong.
It said Egypt here.
No,
where's Egypt? Where's Egypt? Hold on. Where does that new word Egypt come from?
But
where does that new word Egypt come from? Stop being an idiot. That's for them trying to tell you it's from Africa. You fell for that
shit. Y'all. It doesn't matter where the word comes from. Listen,
it's people on YouTube telling you that's the same shit today. I've been told you.
Paco, it's people in there who agree with you.
Stop being stupid.
You acting like you the only person who spit that dang Callaway shit.
I didn't learn that from myself, nigga. A lot of shit I'm telling you is mine.
Don't spit that
Hold on, a lot of stuff I tell you is mine. That's not one of them.
What's
that's
yours?
Not one of them. It's
what's
facts.
Yours? Paco, if this is history,
the Niger Congo
Paco,
speaking,
you're not the first person
people
to say
is
that.
mine.
You're not the first person to say that.
I found all this shit on my own. Truskin, I found on my own.
Paco, but
Hammurabi, I found on my own.
What is a Truskin?
A Truskin is people that I think came from Peru, but really they just... But again,
wait, stop.
History says they come from Turkey.
Does it say they come from Peru?
History said they come from Turkey. History said they come from Turkey.
What I'm asking you is this. Oh, my God. Who was in Turkey at that time, Paco?
Moors.
Okay,
Moors.
No. We established earlier that we
Moors.
do not classify people by cultures, religions, nationalities, or ethnicities.
Well, that's what we call. That's what we would call them.
No. I'm asking you, not what we call them. I'm asking you. Who were the people in Turkey? Where are they from?
The Bays, the L's.
Where are they from, Paco?
The Alis.
Paco, where are they from, Paco?
Well, look, if you want to know where they're from, they claim that people came from around maybe Central Africa by what they say.
So again,
they say they come from
again, ladies and gentlemen,
maybe North Africa.
Ladies and gentlemen, saying the people in Turkey, calling them Moors, calling them Etruscans, doesn't change the fact that they're black fucking Africans.
Oh my God! What y'all, he trying to brainwash y'all, dog. That's the dumbest shit I ever heard. Black Africans. All right. So
fucking North Africans.
You can call them
Paco,
black
are North
Africans.
Africans black?
I'm telling you shit that's
Paco, are
already
North
been
Africans
proven.
Black?
No, fuck no.
Oh my God.
They not colored pencils, you idiot.
Paco.
You idiot.
Are the Nubians black?
Oh, the Nubians black?
Yes.
The dark-skinned people, bro.
Are they black?
You want me to use your English terms, man? That's what you asked me to do.
I just don't want to argue over what color.
They were Aboriginal of that state. They were dark-skinned people. They wasn't black Africans.
I can't call people black. So the Nubians.
You made that shit up, man, and you just want. They don't call themselves that, man.
Wait. Okay. So the Nubians were Aboriginals.
To that land, that's what I believe in.
Everybody in Africa is Aboriginal to that land.
That's what they say, yeah.
No, that's the fact.
Absolutely.
They're still there today.
Not necessarily.
So why would we make a statement
yeah.
like Nubians are aboriginal to Africa? If we understand there are different colors and different races of Africans. If we
I don't like using black and white and purple and yellow and shit. I don't do that.
What you don't like. But my point is, I'm not trying to use it because you don't like it. I'm trying to use it that people who might
but
not
you yell at, but for that, hold on, for the same instance, you yell at me when I call them Moors. So
yeah,
why
Moors is culture.
Why are you playing?
You could be a white Moor. You don't have to be black to be a Moor. That's why.
I didn't say that. I did not say that.
All right, so you're making my fucking point for me.
We can describe.
So you're making my point. No, you can't. No. You cannot call all Africans Moors. No.
Africa's not even black till they get here, and they might be white when they get here. So I don't know what the fuck you talking about. I'm not, y'all. I'm telling y'all. This shit don't mean nothing.
And words
it don't mean nothing.
He jumping back and forth between physical reality because he don't.
Hold on, what's Rachel Dolezal? Ain't she black?
Wrong. Listen, y'all.
Hold on, is Rachel Dolezal? Brian, why you ain't answering my question? Is Rachel Dolezal black?
I'm not switching the subject.
Is Rachel Dolezal? We on the same subject. Is Rachel Dolezal black?
I'm not switching.
Is Rachel Dolezal black? Is she yes or no?
I don't know what she is.
Well, on paper it says she's black, and that's where you.
Say. I'm not talking about what paper say anybody is. That's not what I'm talking about.
So why are you using word semantics for everything else?
What I'm talking about is when we physically look at the people in Africa.
Chinese people in South Africa is called black. Why are you fucking putting that on me?
The reason why, ladies and gentlemen, the Chinese people China. I don't know what he's talking about. He said Chinese people in South Africa.
Shit, Chinese people, white people in Russia is called black. That's not from Russia. That's why I don't give what the fuck you talking about. You can look it up any fucking day of the year and you won't find what I'm talking about to be true. You won't find what I'm talking about to be true.
So listen, y'all, this is my point. Why would I call them aboriginals? Why would I call them aboriginals?
Because they're the first on that land. The only thing I say about that is they're the first on that land.
How do you know that when there are multiple different groups of people on that land?
You asked me was Nubia, what would you consider?
How do you know that they did not take that land from somebody when there are multiple different groups of people?
That's possible.
So again,
that's possible.
I'm not guessing here, y'all. I'm just telling y'all who built it. I'm telling y'all the Bantu expansion.
That's in Michigan as well? Yeah, what about it?
But there is no Bantu expansion in America, y'all.
Yes, it is, you dumbass. Come on, why can't you look it up, man? Why can't you look it up, man? The Bantu expansion even includes the Salt Lake, What are you talking about? What are you saying? This is all facts that I tell you. Y'all act like I be out here telling you some shit that don't exist. This is all facts, bro. All facts. Look up Bantu Salt Lakes. Boom.
I looked up American Bantu expansion and I can't find anything.
Well, just put Salt Lake up in Michigan and all that shit. And then I'm going to walk away from the mic. That's what I'm going to do.
So,
drop mic.
So I'm looking it up. So I just want to get this right before we go into any switches and anything. There was millions of black people who expanded across the Americas that were of Bantu origin Africans.
For sure.
Bantu Salt Lake, right?
Yeah. That's why I really don't know where Hebrew came from, because they was there too.
Okay, so
they might have started it.
I want y'all to hear what I'm talking about. And like I said, sometimes people don't. Him especially, he doesn't understand. He misinterprets everything. The Bantu Association of Utah and Salt Lake City, they're from Somalia, y'all. They're Somalian.
Okay, where do you think Bantu people from?
No, wait.
Same area.
Wait, y'all. They're Somalian immigrants. Now, what I'm talking about is when
Somalian immigrants. No, we on the wrong page, bro. We on the wrong page, bro.
Bantu Plan Culture Fest. Salt Lake Tribune. Is that good?
I'm staring at the clouds.
Is that good?
Come on, go ahead. Yeah.
Last year, the newly formed, which year is this from? So I can actually, all right, this is from 2005. So in 2004, last year, the newly formed Utah Somali Bantu Association elected 47-year-old Elmi Chief, the of 600-member organization of refugees in Salt Lake City area. Many of them came to Wasatch Front.
You talking about why white people was here? Because you that's what I keep like. What I'm talking about before all that shit.
I looked up the Bantu Salt Lake City. I looked up exactly. Bantu Salt Lake City is exactly.
I ain't say city. So this nigga, I ain't got two phones. I was about to. Oh man.
Salt Lake what?
What is it? Hold on. Let me figure out what it's called. What's them 4 states together? Like this, the Keystone State. This state. Fuck. What is that place called? What's them lakes called? You know? No.
No.
Salt Lake.
So again, y'all, I'm gonna read to you.
We'll get back on this phone and Brock research that, and then that's just what it is. You're not going deep enough into it, especially when they erase it anyway.
Somali Bantu are Niger-Congo origin ethnic minority group in Somalia, who primarily reside in the southern part of the country, primarily near Juba and Shabelle rivers. There are descendants of people from various Bantu ethnic groups who were acquisitioned from Southeast Africa and sold into slavery in Somalia and other areas of Northeast Africa and West Asia as a part of the Arab slave trade. Somali Bantus are ethnically and physically distinct from indigenous Somalis of Kushite descent. And they have, well, that's the same thing as saying that the Bantu people are different than North Africans. I just said that 5 minutes ago. It's agreeing with me.
It's not, dog. You just agree with yourself. It's not, dog.
It says that the Bantu people aren't even from that land. That's not their land.
Hey, it is not. Okay, come on with it, man.
So why did you just try to tell me a minute ago that the Niger-Congo was their land?
They was getting kicked out of each and every state, bro. For the 8th time, they was going. The history is laid out. It's laid out.
About anything when this.
I told you they started in Ethiopia and got kicked out.
There was a Bantu expansion in America.
I already read all this stuff. This is going perfectly with what I fucking said. This is you can think it how you want to think it. I'm telling you that what's real.
Paco. All in all,
the Bantu people got frozen beards, sir.
All of them do not. That's incorrect.
Not because they mixed in with people.
No. All Bantus are not those people.
Nah, you're right about that, but that's because they mixed in with people. They still got your blood, our blood, the same blood.
What I mean is this: there are Bantus in other parts of Africa that come from
all over
expansion. Now we talked about how
they call Jews. Am I correct? Huh? Am I correct? Ain't they Jews?
No.
Ain't they Jews?
No. These Bantus aren't even Jews.
That's not consistent. I'm just telling you, they the ones that ended up being the Jews.
No.
That's it. That's all I'm saying.
No, that's incorrect.
All of them, no.
That's incorrect. Again, y'all, let me break it down. Let me break it down to y'all because he never knows what he's talking about. The people who are supposed to be the Jews, the people who are supposed to be the original Hebrew Israelites are North Africans. They're not Bantu. They're not black Bantu people. That's not true. God. He's completely incorrect. The people who are supposed to be, the Canaanites, who he keeps saying, listen, y'all, he's not smart, but he knows how to stay away from certain shit. He keeps saying he don't know what a Canaanite is. Yes, he do.
Thank you, bro. Thank you.
Yes, he do, dog.
That means I'm smart, guys.
No, it
Thank
doesn't.
You, bro.
It means he's a fucking sucker.
It
means he's scared of a true conversation. He'll have a half-full conversation with you. He'll give you his side. But he won't.
But he's saying everything that I said, and he still
I'm not
over
saying nothing. He said, y'all, we got multiple tapes where he just a couple tapes ago he said he don't know what a Canaanite is, but he claims to be the Phoenicians. Well, the Phoenicians, the Canaan is part of Phoenician territory.
Africans had stuff too. It wasn't just us, bro.
I'm not saying
it wasn't just us.
Did, but North Africans are also Africans. They're just not the same as the black and brown ones that come from other parts of Africa.
And most of the time we marry in with each other because it don't matter that big.
Y'all, it's not a most of the time thing. It's when we encounter each other. All black people in Africa from Bantu expansion did not encounter all North Africans. That is not how it works, y'all. It's different strokes for different folks. The people of Egypt might have far more exposure to the Bantu people because Nubians took over that area and started to build shit there. They were living there for years. Then you have other groups.
Bantu people travelers, so of course they're not from that land.
I'm not saying that they're not travelers. That's what expansion is. It means you leave from one place in your territory.
And they're also your hunter-gatherers that you keep rapping about every fucking day.
Yeah, but there's not
That's the same people. One and the same,
one
bro.
group of hunter-gatherers. There are many
Okay,
groups
bro.
of hunter-gatherers.
Okay,
There are
bro.
many groups of different Africans who go back over 100,000 years ago in Africa before modern day.
Hold on. How can the people in Africa be hunter-gatherers and they stand in their land?
What do you mean? How can they be hunter-gatherers? They got to eat, right?
Hunter-gatherers move with the
Now, listen, but Paco, who are you
with
to
the
say,
seasons,
Paco,
with the animals.
But Paco, but when you live in a place that's so plentiful with wildlife, why would you have to leave from a place where you got all these things? Then once agriculture hits, you start to make your own food in fertile land. So again, that's your belief. But common sense would tell us that some people do move around. The people of Tibet,
The Bantu hunter-gatherers,
the
yeah.
people of but all Bantus ain't together. Once
The Niger Congo speaking folks, yeah.
But what I'm explaining to you is.
Thank you, Brock.
But Paco,
But the information agreeing with itself, nigga. I don't need you no more for
wow,
that.
you just said that all. So again, all Bantus are not Niger Congo people. Correct?
No.
All right. What about the other Bantus?
No, they are. I'm saying they are. I'm sorry.
How can they all be? How can they all be when the Bantu starts in West Africa, Paco?
Well, let me see. West. No, they started in
West Africa.
East. No, they started in the east. They got kicked to the west. See?
Incorrect.
See?
Incorrect.
Okay. Okay.
I'm gonna make it
You gonna have to go deep in the books for that. So I ain't even gonna argue.
No, I'm not. No, I'm
You gotta go deep in the books for that one.
Again, y'all. Again, this is what I just was talking about. This is what I just was talking about. The Bantu, when you hear the term sub-Saharan Africa, they're talking about the expansion of Bantu people. When you talk about North Africans, you're not talking about the same people, y'all. They're two completely different groups of Africans. Now understand, origins of the Bantu people. This is exactly what I was looking for. Over 4,000 years ago, the Bantu speaking people migrated from West Africa in several major waves of migration. First, they moved east, north of the tropical rainforest in a region near.
I mean, that's why when they was called that. But go ahead.
No, again, y'all. I'll start over. Over 4,000 years ago, the Bantu-speaking people migrated from West Africa in several major waves of migration. First, they moved east, north of the tropical rainforest in the region near north of East Africa. They then migrated south to the central highlands of Africa in what is believed to have been the third wave of migration. Finally, they moved southwards to occupy southern African regions.
There you go. Telling my story again.
Which led to, so they said third, last.
Moving.
But again, y'all, these are different. They said different ways, y'all. He's simple.
Yes, sir.
Listen,
yes,
y'all,
sir.
so listen. All right, so let's call West Africa, just wherever in West Africa. It doesn't matter where. Y'all can pick. Y'all can pick the place. Let's just call one place in West Africa, Bantu capital. One wave left. One group of people left. And it says first they moved east, north of the tropical rainforest.
That's what I say, yeah.
A region near north of East Africa.
I'm glad you're in them paperwork.
South to the central highlands of Africa and what is believed.
Every last thing I told you.
Listen, yo, he just said they come from East Africa.
Yes, right.
It just said they don't.
They history start around.
No.
Hold on.
Where they came
I told you I went before that. I told you I'm before that. I'm telling you, once I got
you, they wasn't there yet.
Brock, you're not understanding, dog. That's all I'm telling you. You're already on my information. You're just not understanding. You can say West Africa, and I can agree with you, but I'm telling you, they was before that. They wasn't called that. That's all I'm telling you.
But we ain't talking about what they was called. We never spoke on that.
But you're saying that this Bantu thing it's like a culture.
It is a culture of people. Correct.
And that's all I'm saying. Before that, it was different. They came from a certain spot, and that's where they ended up, and that's where people know them
ended up in a lot of different places. But they
yeah, because that's they hunter-gatherers,
like
bro.
I just told you.
No, they don't.
Yes, they do.
Okay.
Over 4,000 years ago, the Bantu-speaking people migrated from West Africa and
you talking about new history, as you should know.
Rocco,
but
so you saying before they left, before they started to leave?
You keep saying 4,000. That's cutting you, man. That's not that long ago.
Rocco,
that's cutting you, man.
It's not cutting me because all black people in Africa are not Bantu.
I'm talking about the beginning, and you're talking about
Bantus are not
4,000.
the beginning.
Oh my God, they not. They the second beginning.
No, they're not.
After them people I told you that was dark with long hair and yeah.
I don't know who you talking about, man.
I said before the Bantu people, they supposed to be the second living people. They supposed to be the second wave of people. They supposed to be the second created set of people.
I ain't never heard none of this shit.
Well, you already on the information. You just have to keep going back from where you at.
Did somebody create the Khoi San too?
I don't know nothing about who created that.
I'm asking you, did somebody create them?
Did somebody create them? I think that they would be considered third. Yeah.
I mean, some people want to argue they're first.
I don't think that, no.
I mean, I don't know.
They're the oldest. They just tell you that they're the oldest.
Nah, but
so they probably
the oldest, you would be
the most pure. They ain't gonna tell you that. They don't tell us about nothing else. Why would they tell you that you older than them? That don't make sense.
No. What I'm telling you is if, again, back to the fact that everybody who finds this stuff across the earth is not a white person who is enforcing colonialism. This is not always a racist thing, y'all. This is not always a prejudiced thing.
I ain't talking from that perspective.
So what I'm explaining is all the information is not done by Europeans or evil white people who want to keep the facts hidden. Some of the information is done by people who just like archaeology, some people who just stumble upon some shit and they find it. My point is this,
but you spent the last 20 minutes telling me how I'm right, and you don't know nothing.
I didn't say you're right.
This ain't your information. This you reading off of. This you reading right now. You reading this right now when I've been told you all this stuff.
5 minutes ago, you said that the Bantu expansion started in West Africa. I just proved you wrong. I mean, started in East Africa. I just proved you wrong.
Hey, if you feel that way. What? I told you that's just when they start calling themselves that.
No, Papa, but you have
I told you they settled in West Africa, and even when I told you about them, I told you they settled in West Africa mostly. That's what I know. I said they got kicked out. Hold on. I said they got kicked out of West. I said they got kicked out of East Africa, and they ended up on the west coast of Africa. That's what I told you about the Bantu people. And now you're coming from there and telling me what happened after that.
No, I'm not. I'm talking about where they came from. It says the origins of the Bantu people. You know what the word origin means?
I don't believe it. Do you understand? Not that. That's 4,000.
But it doesn't.
4,000 years ago, bro. Okay.
Bantu expansion. Some people say it ended.
The Bantu expansion is something different than the origin. That's something different than the origin. They just telling you about the expansion.
No. All right. This is about the expansion. The first part is about the origin.
You're telling me about their expansion from West Africa when we got pens there.
Bantu-speaking peoples comprise over 400 different ethnic groups found in many countries in Central, East, and Southern Africa. They are united by the Bantu language family and share many customs. They are between 440 and 680 distinct Bantu languages, comprising about 350 million speakers. This represents 30% of the African population. The Bantu-speaking peoples are thought to have originated from West Africa about 4,000 years ago, where they spread across the rest of the continent.
Belief? Hold on, belief?
The exact
boom again, boom.
So the article that you read told you that they know for a fact?
Nah, I put all my books together.
What I'm asking you is, whatever you put together is now a fact. It's not a belief of yours.
I told you it's my no, not this part. No.
So why can't they have their belief, but you can have yours?
Because if you check them in Central Africa, they was there before they got to West Africa. So you just sound retarded to me.
So what history and what facts do you have to support that?
I told you they was getting damn near kicked out the whole freaking time. I told you, dog, we was on the scramble. I told you this. I told you we ain't had no spot. I told you.
What you're doing is, of all the different places where Bantu people reside today, you're picking one, and because
we got actual family in Africa right now, so again, we do.
Again, of all the different places where Bantu people reside in Africa today, you're picking the one that goes with the rest of your story and saying that first.
I didn't say was first. For the eighth time, I said we
I didn't
second.
say you said you were first. I'll repeat.
Okay.
You're taking all of the different Bantu countries, and you're picking the one that
they spread though.
You're picking the one that agrees.
They all over. I told you that.
Again, we established that. But again, they come from West Africa, not East Africa.
And I told you, if you've been wrong about everything else, you're wrong about this one as well. That's what I said.
What else have I been wrong about?
Because you opened up a piece of paper, and then since they think they started there, you think they started there. That don't have nothing to do with me going further into that knowledge and trying to teach you about that knowledge. That has nothing to do with that.
But you can't show.
I taught you this far, so let me teach you a little. Oh my God!
You taught me, but you just said earlier that there was a Bantu expansion in America.
Nobody ever tell you about Naira Congo speaking nothing. First of all, I does that.
Paco, that's your belief. You believe that.
Okay, I remember the day I told you. So go ahead.
You're not.
And I've been trying to tell you, and you don't let me even talk.
So let me say this. I said that you were right about camels and horses. But I won't say that you told me this.
Because it's on your continent. No, you won't. You love that damn continent so much that you can't even get the history of it.
But I thought camels and horses came from that same continent I love so much. If I can admit that I was incorrect.
I mean, when you read it on a piece of paper and everyone says the same thing, you won't have no choice but to agree with me.
How come I can't read 90% of the shit you talk about on a piece of paper and people say it's
people have a whole thing about what I told you about weeks ago, like months ago, years ago. Like people doing it today. Don't you understand who you're talking to? No, you don't.
I understand who I'm talking to. I'm talking to the same person who said DNA
no, nobody say we was from here until I told you that. Before all the Aboriginal shit, I told you that.
Yourself to that group of people.
I already knew these things before I even told you about that part. I already knew these things.
You're linking yourself to that group of people doesn't mean
I went to our origin. I didn't go to what's going on in Africa. I went to our origin. Nobody else's. You feel me? That's how great I am. And then I followed us into Asia, India. I followed us there.
So who is going to say the origin of Black Americans is Native Americans, Ainus, Hebrew Israelites, Bantus?
All that shit is confusing. Yeah, apparently to you, because we already discussed how that don't mean nothing. Yeah, but it still is confusing to you.
Well, one thing for sure and two things for certain, they're not all the same people.
No, for sure. There's like. Religion is religion. So how are you? They don't got nothing to do with people.
How are you Australian Aboriginals? How are you Native
Americans? I ain't say that. You putting that in my mouth. I never said that. Right, so we're not even the same people, bro.
Aren't you an Ainu Japan? Didn't the samurai culture start in America?
Australian people ain't got nothing to do with none of this stuff we talked about today. Didn't the samurai
culture start in America, Paco?
I didn't say that personally.
Oh, you didn't say that.
Hold on, let me finish.
So this is what I'm gonna do on this.
I said the idea. No, I said the idea came from over here. That's what I told you. That's what I told you. The idea that we wasn't called that. But don't put words in my mouth.
People come from Africa.
Yes, I mean some of them. Yeah.
No, I'm just talking about the Ainu. I'm not talking about the rest of the people in Japan.
Yeah, they definitely. Yeah,
I'm talking about the Black Japanese.
But they said somebody taught them these ways.
I'm not disputing that, but where did you learn that it was somebody from America?
They be like they came from the West, and they keep in their mythology like somebody taught us this stuff from the West. Okay, I tend to believe it through mythology.
So again, y'all, I just want to point something out, y'all. America is to the east of Japan.
I mean, I'm just telling you about the whether I'm wrong or right about a direction. I'm just telling you what the mythology
says.
The
same man who said India ain't in Asia.
It's not, guys.
India's not in Asia, y'all.
It's touching Asia.
No.
It's touching Asia.
Listen, Paco, we already went over this. India is a country, right? Not a continent.
It could be African. It's touching all these places, though. It's touching all the places. No, I'm talking about the land. It touches everywhere you're talking about over there. It touches it.
So this is what I'm asking.
It touched the Middle East, which ain't a thing. It touched Africa, which not a thing. It touched China, which not. It does.
But what continent does it itself sit in?
Whatever you want to say.
I'm asking you.
Like I said, by today's standards, you can call it whatever you want to call it. That don't make it true. It's just touching all those places. It's touching Africa. It's touching Asia. It's touching Middle East. We already had this conversation. And you proved to me you didn't know geography.
Paco, if the Middle East, I'm gonna ask you a question. We'll see who knows geography at the end of this. Is parts of the Middle East Asia?
I mean, I would say it is Asia, but that's me.
No, that's what the map says it is.
I think it's Asia.
I mean,
if we're going by that, yeah.
The map would agree with you.
So what is going to tell me?
Okay.
Because the whole thing is called Africa, which everybody knows. It ain't no fucking China.
What I'm about to ask you is this.
And I don't mean Africa like you mean Africa. I mean whatever Africa was called, that's what that whole place is called.
I didn't say nothing about Africa. I didn't say
Tiamat, that whole place, Tiamat, whatever.
Africa. I said is parts of the Middle East Asia.
Yeah.
Okay. That leads me to my follow-up question. How can Asia be on both sides of India and India not be in Asia?
Because 2 weeks later, if you're just figuring that out, then it took you 2 weeks to figure that out. That's all I can tell you.
That's the answer?
Yes.
Wow.
It does.
That's a tremendous win for me. That was the most ungraceful bow out I've ever seen.
No, the thing is, you still was wrong by the way you was arguing about it.
Rewind that shit. I don't even do the rewind shit.
All right, because you're right about one thing?
No, I'm just asking you, but I've been told you this. I'm right about most of it.
No, you're still wrong on the geology. It's just that
I'm not wrong on the geology.
Hold on. If you consider Middle East Asia, then yeah.
No.
That's all that means.
You just said you do. I asked you.
Yes.
You are parts of
we playing around with these words, then yes.
I'm not playing around with nothing. You
asked me with the Middle East Asia, I say yeah. And then you was like, then that will make you right.
No, so I'm asking you, how could Asia be on both sides of India and India not be in Asia?
Because by today's standards, for 50th time,
but Paco,
it's not.
Again,
it's touching the Middle East. That's why I could give you a little bit of credit because that is Asia. That's the only thing I'm telling you.
Asia.
It's not Asia, bro.
It is Asia.
But if you want to consider it like I'm considering it to be Asia, yeah, then you can have a little bit of clout off of that.
I'm gonna tell y'all where I think he fucking up.
Geography. Geologically.
No, geography. Geology is the study of rocks.
I know that. I spoke wrong, but I can't say the other word. So
geography.
Geography.
Yes.
In today's terms, you're wrong.
No, I'm not.
You're absolutely wrong. But
listen, y'all, geography, in today's terms, I'm 1,000% right because India is on the Asian. No, it's on the Asian, 100% on the Asian tectonic plate. It's not on. Listen, y'all. When you talk about continents, continents are made up. Listen, y'all. Continents is made up of tectonic plates.
Yeah, and not all of it.
That's the difference between a country. It's just a landmass within a continent, y'all. India.
But if you would have said that back then, because you didn't know, it took you a while to figure that.
I didn't know. I said it then too. I said it then. I would have
said okay.
Listen, y'all. I asked him how many continents there was. I asked him how many continents there was. He said 7. I said correct. I said so. Where are you gonna fit India in? India is not a continent. India is a country. We had this conversation. He don't remember this stuff.
Listen,
India is a country. A country is within a continent. Whether you're using today's geography or previous, just why parts of Europe, European countries are in what you would call the Middle East. because the Middle East is made up of Africa, Asia, and Europe. It's a place where all of these places touch each other.
Yeah,
all touch each other. So again, there is no other continents in that area, y'all. Everything in that area is a part of those 3 continents. No matter how
like
big
I said,
you are,
I do consider Middle East Asia. That's the only reason that I consider you that maybe not be as dumb as I thought you was. That's it. That's it, bro.
You're the same one who told me that Homo erectus, you don't speak that language. You don't know nothing about that.
I still don't. I don't even want to know about that stuff.
All right, well, you'll never know where humans come from.
Yeah, well, till we find a missing link, you ain't never gonna know where it comes from either.
You can find missing links in people that organisms you're related to, but you can't find the missing link in how you got exactly how you are.
I mean, I think they're still trying to tell you about what I just was telling you about, but I think they don't know how to really tell you.
Yeah,
so they say some stuff about humans came from apes.
But people didn't come from. But ape is not a term that signifies monkey. Monkeys are not apes.
And I see megaliths, and I understand people are smarter then than they are now.
Yeah, but Paco, a megalith is not 20,000 years old.
You don't understand, dog. You don't understand, dog.
A megalith is something that people just start building in the lab.
No, I'm talking about those stone things that be under the stuff you talk about. It's like around spots. They got underground caves, dog, that look like some shit that we built today or better, way better. I don't know what you're talking about. That's something completely different than anything we ever talked about. Nobody knows that. Nobody knows what